In the early hours of 10th of September, Poland saw the largest number of Russian drones illegally entering its territory. The Baltic states condemned the violation of Poland's airspace, and we stand in full solidarity with our Polish allies. The Baltic states recalled that this is neither a first time nor an isolated incident in our region. All Baltic states have had Russian assets enter our airspace illegally in the past year. Russia's reckless actions are most concerning for the overall security of the region. This is yet another escalation by a permanent member of the UN Security Council against sovereign territory of another state. Another test of the entire rules-based international order, a violation of the UN Charter, customary international law, as well as the fundamental principles of the Helsinki Final Act. There are concerns of further provocations as Russia and Belarus militarily exercises commenced today near our borders. Mr. President, the international response to the violation of the sovereign airspace of Poland has been swift, clear, and united. Russia's actions have been unequivocally condemned, and we urge that Russia fully respects the UN Charter, and we urge that Russia stops the violation of European airspace, that it stops the violation of international borders. The UN Charter is also clear. Countries have an inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs. And we will exercise the sovereign right and collective right to defend ourselves against any attacks. Mr. President, the violation of Poland's airspace is yet another call to the international community to remain vigilant. This also shows why we, the neighbors of Russia and Belarus, are the staunchest supporters of Ukraine. Our European global security is tied to the security of Ukraine. We all want peace in our neighborhood and along our borders, and Ukrainians want peace the most, as they are under constant attack and experience daily atrocities. Today's meeting, unfortunately, draws the same conclusions as during the Security Council meeting we had 2 weeks ago on Ukraine. These Russian actions are not of a country that seeks peace. Allow me to ask a question, a rhetorical one. How has Russia reacted to the global call towards just and lasting peace? What signals has Russia been sending while everyone is calling for a full and unconditional ceasefire? Let me just point out a few atrocities that have happened since the last time we met in this chamber. 2 Russian missiles hit and killed members of a Danish humanitarian demining team in Chernihiv region. Russia launched the largest aerial assault on Ukrainian cities with over 800 drones and missiles. It hit the Ukrainian government building with a missile. A Russian glide bomb killed more than 20 people, mostly elderly, waiting in line for their monthly pensions in Donetsk region. Are these actions indicating any readiness to stop the war and the killing of civilians? I don't think the answer. Are these actions indicating any readiness to stop the war and the killing of civilians? I don't think the answer is unclear. The violation of Poland's airspace is yet another escalation, another violation of international law that Russia has made excuses for without changing action. This only strengthens our resolute support to Ukraine, its independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. And we call on the Security Council to fulfill its role, the primary responsibility for maintenance of international peace and security, in accordance with the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Russia must be stopped. It only understands peace if it is delivered through strength. And we are united both in support of Ukraine and the defense and security of our nations and our allies. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Latvia for the statement. I now give the floor to the representative of Kingdom of the Netherlands.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the honor to speak on behalf of the Benelux countries, Belgium, Luxembourg, and my own country, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. I would like to thank the Republic of Korea for convening this meeting and USG Di Carlo for her briefing. This week, Russian drones violated Polish airspace and therewith EU airspace, NATO airspace. Polish, Italian, and Dutch fighter aircraft succeeded in tracking and shooting down Russian drones over Poland. Benelux countries stand in solidarity with our Polish allies, and we remain ready to provide any further support. We condemn this violation of Polish airspace in the strongest possible terms. It is a reckless and dangerous act by the Russian Federation, risking further escalation. In doing so, Russia is violating the UN Charter and threatening the security of innocent citizens, regional stability, and international peace and security. This was not an isolated incident and cannot be ignored. This incident demonstrates that if Russia's aggression remains unchecked, it is bound to repeat itself. It also demonstrates Ukrainian and European security are closely interlinked. The actions by the Russian Federation have only strengthened our resolve. Benelux countries will continue to pursue coordinated military, humanitarian, and budget support to Ukraine in order to bolster its efforts to defend itself and rebuild the country. Benelux countries call upon all countries to actively support Ukraine in its fight to survive. Because it's not just about Ukraine or about Europe. We need to show that we take a stand against violations of internationally recognized borders and that we will protect the UN Charter. Aggression cannot become the new norm. This affects us all. We call upon the Russian Federation to fully comply with international law and the Charter, especially given its status as permanent member of this Council. Russia needs to stop its illegal aggression against Ukraine and its reckless behavior against Europe. The Russian Federation must demonstrate genuine political will to end its war of aggression and engage in constructive and meaningful negotiations. Benelux countries call on this Council to take tangible steps towards a full, unconditional